Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we got plenty of Miami Heat news coming out today, and you guys are definitely going to want to stick around. We got some trade packages revealed for some star players. Now, before we do start today's video, if you guys enjoy Miami Heat content, we do upload every single day, and our goal this year is to upload for 365 days, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. And let's get back in today's video. So let's start off with the news involving Demarcus Cousins talking about Kevin Durant. He says, I think Kevin Durant in a situation like Miami and others make them immediate contenders. He says sending a guy like KD to Miami, he makes an instant impact. He changes their squad. He changes the trajectory of that team. And then he pretty much says agree or disagree. Now, I've been one of those Heat creators that have been pushing to get Kevin Durant. And I know a lot of my supporters are not the biggest fans of acquiring a player like Kevin Durant because of his age and of his contract, and I understand. But I agree with DeMarcus Cousins. I would love to have Kevin Durant on this team. The Phoenix Suns came out just yesterday pretty much saying that they're lowering their trade offers. Not lowering their trade offers, but lowering their trade value for Kevin Durant. So that might actually help out the Miami Heat a little bit more. So we don't have to give up so much for a player like Durant. I do agree with you guys when it comes with giving up several picks and several young players for a player that possibly is on this team for 2 years. I agree with that. But if the Suns are going to lower their asking price, I'm definitely bringing Kevin Durant in. And it looks like DeMarcus Cousins also agrees with this. Also, Udonis Haslem made a comment on ESPN today. He says on where he'd like to see Kevin Durant play. He says, I would love to say one specific team, but I cannot say that team. It needs to be a team where you're one player away from winning a championship. Now, obviously, he's talking about the Miami Heat, but I do disagree with what he was saying. Pretty much saying one player away from winning a championship. We're several players away from winning a championship. Udonis Haslem, Tyler and Bam are not the guys to get us to even the second round. So I just don't agree with this. But once again, that's two players in a row that continues to keep talking about Kevin Durant to this Miami Heat team. So let me know in the comment sections, what do you guys think about the situation from Udonis Haslem and DeMarcus Cousins? Now, Bleacher Report also came up with a trade idea, which is sending Ja Morant to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat will receive Ja Morant. The Memphis Grizzlies will receive Andrew Wiggins, Nico, Jaime, Paolo, 2029 first-round pick, and a 2031 first-round swap. Now, you guys already know the feeling, how I feel about Ja Morant. Not the biggest fan of him on this Miami Heat team. And then they're giving up, pretty much all our young core, especially Nico and Jaime. I know I'm not the biggest fans of them, but when you give up that much, especially with, one first round and then a first round swap with Paolo, that's interesting. But at the end of the day, the Miami Heat don't really have much to offer. So this is what the Heat are going to have to do too much because other teams could just offer a little bit more, if that makes sense. But I don't really see the Miami Heat going after a player like Ja Morant. I could see them going after an aging star at this moment, like a DeMar DeRozan or Kevin Durant, like we talked about pretty much in all today's episode. So I don't really see them going after Morant. Like a Morant, Tyler, and Bam, like what does that do in the East? Yeah, it does add another score, it adds another dynamic player, but we need depth around it, and we're giving up pretty much all our depth. Like Nico, Jaime, and Paolo, that's 3 players of depth. I'm fine with giving up Wiggins, and you're going to have to give up draft capital no matter what, but I just don't like that. Now, unless we're replacing them with good role players, then it's like, maybe. But then the future is not going to be as bright. To be honest, the future is not bright right now. But let me know what you guys think about this trade idea involving Ja Morant getting traded to the Miami Heat, and this trade idea, and Wiggins, Nico, Jaime, Paolo going to the Grizzlies. And then they came up with another trade idea that's involving the Utah Jazz, which this one is interesting. It says the Miami Heat would obviously receive Lauri Markkanen, but the Jazz will receive Jovic, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, and a 2025 first and a 2030. Now, I am fine with giving up all 3 of these players. I am. Some people say, let's take out Jovic and let's add Jaime. Cool. The reason why people are probably going to say no to this trade because you're giving up 2 first-round picks, but you also got to realize is that you're not giving great players up. Terry Rozier is awful. Duncan Robinson's mid, and Jovic has been showing up and down. right? So you have to give up draft capital. You have to. Because now the Miami Heat roll out with Davion Mitchell, Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Kel'el Ware, and Lauri Markkanen. That's 6 really, really good players. You know what I mean? And you still got Jaime. You still got Pallel Larson. So that's 8 deep right there. 8 deep. That's already deeper than what we had last year. So if I would do this trade in a heartbeat. Now, I know Lauri Markkanen didn't play his best basketball last year. He just didn't. He didn't look that good. But I just feel like he's still a very, very talented player. And I feel like he just needs to move off from this Utah Jazz team. Danny Ainge is going to ask for picks. That's what he cares about. He's trying to build this Utah Jazz team up. So let them get them picks. Let them. Right? Because at the end of the day, we're eventually going to get our picks back. We are. So you're giving up a 2025 first and a 2030. So let me know what you guys think about the Miami Heat news that came out today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'm out.